Now we're still in F minor pentatonic, and what we're going to do is we're going to move from the 5th and 6th strings vertically, and we're going to move to the 4th and the 5th. Okay, so these two strings. Okay, still in F minor pentatonic. So look. So we're going to start here because you're on the 5th and 4th strings. Moving into position 2, moving into position 3, moving to position 4, position 5, back to position 1. Now you should notice and take note that these patterns are starting to, well, you can play these patterns on different ways on the strings, and they're the exact same notes. So if you play on the 5th and 4th string here, well, guess what? That's exactly the same as this. And that's actually a pretty good exercise to teach yourself, is to find note patterns that are exactly the same and playing on different areas of the fretboard. Okay? Now you may notice that my guitar is a little bit different positioned in the camera now, and the reason is I'm sitting classical style, so you'll notice that the fretboard is more at an angle, and of course the body of the guitar here is a little bit different, because instead of having this on my right leg, this curve on my right leg, I have it on my left. So that's why it looks a little different. We've been shooting video for so long, my back is kind of hurting at this point, so I was going to just switch around a little bit and sit classical style, which is one thing you can do as well. Okay, so we're in this pentatonic minor. We're still in F pentatonic, and obviously I want to mention that you can transfer any, or transpose I guess I should say, any of these exercises into the different keys. I'm just showing you F minor because it's the lowest key without having to use any open strings. Okay, so this is going to be using the 4th and 3rd string. We're going to continue our pattern, and we're going to start with the 1st position on the 4th and 3rd string. Then we're going to move up. That's 2nd position, 3rd position, 4th, 5th, and then back to the 1st position. So I'll play this for you now. And also I want you to notice that you can take these, basically these patterns are repeating. So this is exactly the same as this. Okay? This, the same as this. Okay? And then obviously this is the octave of this. Okay? So 1st position, 5th and 6th strings is the same as 2nd position, 4th and 3rd. And that's true for all of these patterns. Okay? So hopefully you're starting to see how all these patterns are connected. We'll move on to the next exercise coming up next. So we're moving right up the pentatonic minor scale. Remember, this is your 1st position We're always starting in the first position of the pentatonic. We're just going to use the third and the second strings on this particular exercise. Okay, and I'll play it for you now. And then you want to bring the pattern all the way back down to the first fret. And don't forget that you want to transpose this into different keys. So for example, we're starting this on F minor. That's the second and third string for the first position of F minor. And then you want to take this whole entire pattern, move it up to F sharp, and start here. Okay? Move it up to G, and then keep going all the way up. Okay, and let's move on to the next exercise. Now we're to the last exercise on the pentatonic minor ascending for the two strings. We're going to be doing three strings here in a second, but for right now, the two strings, I'm going to go ahead and finish it out on the first and second string. Remember, we're still in pentatonic minor, and we're going to be doing on the first and second strings. Here we go. And then you want to take that up, move it up to F sharp. And then move it up to G. So on and so forth. Okay? Now we're going to be using that same F pentatonic scale. We're going to use the fifth, fourth, and third strings. We used two strings, and now we're going to add a string for each of these patterns. And remember, the first pattern always starts with the first position. We're just starting on the fifth string. Okay? Here we go. Okay, we'll do 4, 3, and 2 next. Pentatonic minor ascending 3 strings. We're on strings 4, 3, and 2, starting with position 1. Here we go. And then just bring the pattern all the way back down.